Today we're going to bust 50 wildlife myths that you may have believed your whole life. Let's get started. Myth number 1. Bats are blind. Contrary to popular belief, bats are not blind. While they do use echolocation to navigate in the dark, many bats have excellent night vision and can see quite well. Myth busted. Myth number 2. Ostriches bury their heads in the sand to avoid danger. Ostriches lay eggs in ground holes. To make sure the eggs are evenly heated, they occasionally stick their heads into the nest to rotate the eggs, which makes it look like they're trying to hide. An ostrich trying to hide from predators in this way wouldn't last long, and it wouldn't be able to breathe either. Myth busted. Myth number 3. Touching a baby bird will make its mother reject it. Most birds have a very limited sense of smell and will not abandon their chicks if a human touches them. However, it's still best to leave baby birds alone unless they are clearly in danger. Myth busted. Myth number 4. Ants can lift 50 times their body weight. This is actually true. Some ant species are incredibly strong relative to their size, capable of lifting and carrying many times their own body weight. Myth confirmed. Myth number 5. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. Research has shown that goldfish have a memory span of several months and can be trained to perform simple tasks, disproving this myth. Myth busted. Myth number 6. Mice love cheese. While mice will eat cheese if it's available, they actually prefer foods high in sugar, such as grains and fruits. Cheese is not their first choice. Myth busted. Myth number 7. Crocodiles can't stick out their tongues. This is true. A membrane holds their tongues in place, preventing movement. Myth confirmed. Myth number 8. Sharks can smell a drop of blood from miles away. While sharks do have an incredible sense of smell and can detect blood in the water, the idea that they can do so from miles away is an exaggeration. They can detect small amounts of blood, but not from such great distances. Myth busted. Myth number 9. Camels store water in their humps. A camel's hump actually stores fat, which they can use as a source of energy when food is scarce. They can go for long periods without water by conserving it in their bloodstream, not their humps. Myth busted. Myth number 10. Bulls get angry when they see red. Bulls are actually colorblind to red. The movement of the matador's cape is what provokes them, not the color. Myth busted. Myth number 11. Crocodiles swallow stones to help them digest. Crocodiles and other reptiles like alligators do indeed swallow stones, which are called gastroliths. These stones don't directly help with digestion, but they act like grinding tools in their stomachs. As the crocodile crushes and tears its prey, the stones help break it down further. Myth confirmed. Myth number 12. Earwigs lay eggs in human ears. Don't worry, earwigs prefer dark, damp places in the wild, not your ears. They might look a bit creepy, but they have no interest in humans. Myth busted. Myth number 13. Daddy longlegs are the most venomous spiders. Daddy longlegs, also known as harvestmen, are not spiders and do not have venom glands. Additionally, the type of daddy longlegs that are spiders, cellar spiders, have venom that is harmless to humans. Myth busted. Myth number 14. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Their legs, designed for powerful hops, are stiff and lack the flexibility needed to push off in reverse. Even their big, muscular tail, crucial for balance, isn't built for backward movement. Myth confirmed. Myth number 15. Frogs give you warts. Warts are small, rough growths on the skin caused by the human papillomavirus, not frogs. Handling frogs will not give you warts. Myth busted. Myth number 16. Crocodiles cry tears while eating. Crocodiles do produce tears, but not because of emotion. Eating stimulates their tear glands, which might be for lubrication or expelling excess salt, not crying over their lunch. Myth busted. Myth number 17. Pigs are dirty animals. The pig's reputation as a filthy animal comes from its habit of rolling in mud. They roll in mud to cool off and protect their skin from the sun and parasites. Pigs are actually quite clean when given the opportunity. Myth busted. Myth number 18. Chameleons change color to match their surroundings. Chameleons primarily change color for communication, temperature regulation, and mood, not just to blend in. Myth busted. Myth number 19. Bees die after stinging humans. When a honeybee stings a human, their barbed stingers get stuck in the skin. As they try to remove the stingers, their internal organs get ripped out, resulting in their death. Myth confirmed. Myth number 20. Wolves howl at the moon. Wolves howl to communicate with their pack and establish territory. The association with the moon is coincidental and based on the fact that wolves are more active at night. Myth busted. Myth number 21. Lemmings commit mass suicide. suicide. This was popularized by a 1958 Disney documentary called White Wilderness, which staged scenes showing lemmings jumping off cliffs. In reality, lemmings do migrate in large groups, but they do not intentionally jump off cliffs. Myth busted. Myth number 22. Peacocks are female. Peacocks are actually male. The females are called peahens. Myth busted. Myth number 23. Camels spit as a defense mechanism. This is true. Camels spit to deter threats and express discomfort or agitation. Myth confirmed. Myth number 24. Porcupines can shoot their quills. When predators come too close, porcupines' quills detach easily and can embed in their attackers. However, porcupines cannot actually shoot their quills. Myth busted. Myth number 25. Owls are wise. The notion of owls being wise is a cultural stereotype. In reality, while owls are skilled hunters, their brain structure does not suggest higher intelligence compared to other birds. Myth busted. Myth number 26. Raccoons wash their food to make it clean. Raccoons do not wash their food. They often wet their food, but this behavior is not related to cleaning it. Raccoons have incredibly sensitive paws with many nerve endings. Wetting their food helps them enhance their sense of touch and better understand the texture, shape, and composition of their food. This extrasensory information might help them identify desirable parts or remove unwanted items. Myth busted. Myth number 27. Elephants are afraid of mice. There is no evidence that elephants are specifically afraid of mice. This myth likely originates from their cautious nature around small, unfamiliar animals. Myth busted. Myth number 28. Dolphins are always friendly. While dolphins can be friendly and playful, they are wild animals and can exhibit aggressive behavior. Myth busted. Myth number 29. Polar bears have white fur. Polar bear fur is actually translucent. It only appears white because it reflects visible light. Myth busted. Myth number 30. All snakes are venomous. In reality, the majority of snake species are non-venomous and pose no threat to humans. Myth busted. Myth number 31. Dolphins have names for each other. Dolphins use unique whistles called signature whistles, which function similarly to names. They use these whistles to identify and call out to specific individuals within their pod. Myth confirmed. Myth number 32. Piranhas can devour a human in seconds. While piranhas have sharp teeth and can be aggressive, they do not typically attack humans and certainly don't devour them in seconds. Myth busted. Myth number 33. Bees communicate by dancing. Honeybees perform a waggle dance to communicate the location of food sources to other members of the hive. Myth confirmed. Myth number 34. Armadillos are bulletproof. Armadillos have tough shells, but they are not bulletproof. Bullets can penetrate their armor. Myth busted. Myth number 35. Elephants mourn their dead. Elephants have been observed displaying behaviors that suggest mourning, such as touching and staying near deceased companions. Myth confirmed. Myth number 36. Giraffes have no vocal cords. Generally, they are quiet animals, but giraffes do have vocal cords and can make sounds. Myth busted. Myth number 37. Sea otters hold hands while sleeping. When they sleep, they hold hands with each other to prevent drifting apart. This behavior is also known as rafting, and it is one of the most adorable sights in nature. Myth confirmed. Myth number 38. Electric eels can generate enough electricity to power a house. While electric eels can produce powerful electric shocks up to 600 volts, their ability to generate electricity is not enough to power a house. Myth busted. Myth number 39. Dolphins sleep by shutting down half of their brain. Dolphins can rest one side of their brain at a time while keeping the other side awake, allowing them to sleep and maintain awareness. Myth confirmed. Myth number 40. Snakes can't hear. Snakes lack external ears like humans, but they detect sound through vibrations transmitted to their inner ear via jawbones or the ground. This enables them to perceive vibrations and low-frequency sounds in their environment. Myth busted. Myth number 41. All bees produce honey. Only honeybees, genus Apis, produce honey, which is their food source stored in hives. Other bee species like bumblebees and solitary bees do not produce honey. Myth busted. Myth number 42. Sharks are immune to cancer. Contrary to the popular belief, sharks can develop cancer like any other animal. While they have unique immune systems and adaptations, there is no scientific evidence supporting their immunity to cancer. Myth busted. Myth number 43. Crows can recognize human faces. Crows have demonstrated the ability to recognize and remember human faces even after not seeing them for several years. Myth confirmed. Myth number 44. Cheetahs are the fastest animals in the world. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal in the world. The peregrine falcon holds the title for the fastest animal in the world, reaching speeds of over 242 miles per hour or 390 km/h during its hunting dive. Myth busted. Myth number 45. Pumas can't roar. Unlike lions and tigers, pumas lack the physical ability to produce a roaring sound due to differences in their throat structure. Instead, they communicate using other vocalizations like screams and purrs to express themselves. Myth confirmed. Myth number 46. Owls can turn their heads 360 degrees. While owls have impressive neck flexibility, they cannot rotate their heads all the way around. They can turn their heads up to 270 degrees. Myth busted. Myth number 47. Turtles can leave their shells. A turtle's shell is fused to its spine and ribcage, providing essential protection and support. Turtles cannot voluntarily leave their shells. Myth busted. Myth number 48. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Octopuses indeed have 3 hearts. 2 of the hearts pump blood to the gills, where it picks up oxygen, and the 3rd heart pumps the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. Myth confirmed. Myth number 49. Hyenas laugh because they are happy. The laughing sound made by hyenas is not an expression of joy, but a form of communication. This vocalization, called a giggle, often indicates stress, excitement, or submission within their group. Myth busted. Myth number 50. All snakes lay eggs. Snake reproduction varies a lot among different kinds of snakes. Some snakes, such as boas, give birth to live young, a method known as viviparous reproduction. Snakes that lay eggs, like rat snakes and king snakes, use a method called oviparous reproduction, where the eggs hatch outside the mother's body. Myth busted.